So first of all, I want to start just by looking at the natal chart, because this can kind of help us understand whether there's going to be kind of more challenges or whether it's a bit more free flowing. Now, North Node in the seventh house, yes, you may have experienced challenges up until kind of now with your love life, because where the North Node is tends to be an energy that we need to learn to develop. However, you are currently going through your nodal return. You've gone past the kind of the main aspect of the nodal return. So you've been having eclipses in these houses over the past year and a half, which is going to speak to some relevance. You have got your vertex, which is a mathematical point in the chart, and this points towards basically when planets activate this, you can end up meeting people of fate, meeting people of destiny. So with your vertex being in the seventh house, you may experience, and with your North Node here as well, you may experience meeting somebody that you've agreed in a past life to have a relationship with in this lifetime. We want to look at the condition of your seventh house because you don't have any natal planets here. So your seventh house is in Aries, kind of your shadow side. Because you are a Libra rising, you kind of need to learn to develop the energy of Aries, and therefore you are also attracted to people of Aries energy. So Libra risings are people that are very relationship based, understanding what the other person needs. Relationships, or the idea of relationships, could be important to you. You need to learn the Aries energy of being impulsive, being brave, being assertive, being impatient, and just kind of going for it. Going for it in a, yes, this is what I want and I'm going to go after it. Whereas Libra is like, oh, I'm not sure. Aries is very sure. Aries jumps in without hesitation. Going for it, I'm thinking about it later. So, and you need to learn to just go for it. Do now, think later. That's kind of the shadow side of yourself. So it could be that you're attracted to Aries type people, people that are brave, people that are independent, courageous. Yeah, that kind of energy is what you will be attracted to. The ruler of this house is Mars. So we need to think, okay, what's Mars doing in your natal chart? Mars is here in Capricorn, where it's exalted. So already this is positive, okay? You are born in the daytime, so it's one of your more challenging planets. Because it rules your seventh house, the condition of it alone is going to tell us a bit about your relationship. So Mars is in Capricorn, where it can perform when it's goal orientated. And Mars really enjoys that, because Mars is our motivation, our energy, our action. And because you've got Mars in Capricorn, your energy towards things is going to be good. It's going to be able to do what it wants to do, Capricorn, goal orientated. Now, it is in your fourth house, so sometimes this can mean conflicts in the home. And it is opposing Venus, okay? But it's also sextile Jupiter. So you've got a little mix here. Jupiter, which is harmonious, okay? Jupiter is helping your Mars here. Generally, the condition of Mars, because it's in Capricorn, it's not terribly aspected, okay? So that is kind of the condition of your seventh house. Of the time, with where your North Node is, it's an area that can feel uncomfortable. It's an area that you're not quite used to. So like I said, South Node in Libra, and you're a Libra rising, you're learning to develop the qualities of Aries, because you are very Libran with your South Node here as well. Now, you're having a nodal return. So you've had these eclipses, you're having the transiting North Node in your seventh house of one-on-one relationships. So what has been happening for you over the past year and a half? Because you may have been seeing themes around your relationship house, around your house of identity, back and forwards. During this time, you are kind of being pushed towards developing this part of yourself. Relationships that come in at this time, around eclipses especially, are here to teach you something. If you're not in a relationship, or perhaps you've broken up with somebody, we are having one more eclipse in this sign, okay? And it's happening on the 27th of March next year. And this is a new moon eclipse on the North Node. So it's pointing towards a new beginning for you. There's a lot of energy going on in this house for you. In about 8 or 9 weeks, she's going to move into your fifth house of dating, romance. This is your love house, okay? And what's interesting is that Pluto will be back there as well. Pluto is the planet of transformation. I would just be careful with the people that you meet. If you are going to meet somebody new in the next few weeks, I would just be a bit wary of who they are, because of this eclipse coming up, and I'm going to explain what I mean by that in a second. Around this time, you may be thinking about taking it to the next level commitment-wise, okay? Venus is going to go retrograde in this house for you. So that means she's going to go backwards. And also Mercury is retrograding as well. So this is rethinking. This is significant, because you are then going to have an eclipse on the 29th of March in this house. Having these eclipses, I wonder whether perhaps you meet somebody, then you think about making a commitment or going to the next level, and then you're having a rethinking process around it. But can you see you've got all this energy here? It's a lot of energy in your seventh house. That's okay. So I don't know whether perhaps you're going to maybe meet somebody, then you're going to realize perhaps they're not right for you, and there's going to be some sort of rethinking. It could just manifest psychologically, because sometimes things don't manifest physically, they manifest psychologically. So it could be during this time, you're actually rethinking your entire perspective around relationships with other people. This is going to be a fresh start for you. This is going to be the last eclipse in your seventh house. So there are shifts coming in your relationship. So if you are fresh in a relationship, it's taking it to the next level. You're going to move in together. You're going to get married, that kind of thing. So for example, you've got Uranus during this eclipse next month, trining Mars. This is unexpected breakthroughs, because Mars is ruling this house. Then she's going to move into your 8th house in Taurus. And when she hits this point, she's also going to trine Mars. So actually, this is also going to be positive. My point, you're not destined to be alone. Sometimes, obviously, you've probably had challenges with these eclipses, I would guess. But the North Node is where you are learning to grow. Well, the universe wants you to move to this point. Usually it's our South Node that's more challenging than our North Node, because the South Node kind of holds you back. So if you have been feeling like you've been going through a challenging aspect with your nodal return, then just know that actually now you've had the nodal return, things might start to feel a bit more easy. Things are going to get easier. Something's going to happen. And don't forget that you have got Pluto in your 5th house of love, romance and dating. So it's bringing you transformations around your dating life. Just watch out for people that are Plutonian during this time. So just make sure that you are vetting people and staying strong with your boundaries, because the shadow side of Pluto can be, people that are toxic, people that are controlling. So just make sure that you're filtering those out and not kind of being susceptible to those type of people, or you have more self-awareness of those types of people coming into your life. Okay, so it's a little bit of an easier transit for you coming out of your 4th house, because that probably has been quite challenging as well over the past 15 years.